Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm with the Volusia County Public Library Hope Place branch. And today's craft will be a repurposed book made into a succulent book planter. It is beautiful. And let me get some items together to show you how to make this craft. So the items that we're going to need for our succulent book planter will be obviously a book. I would definitely make it a little bit thicker. You'll need succulent plants. We're gonna need some decorative stones for the end. Also an X-Acto or a box cutter knife. I found that a nice sharp box cutter was easier to cut out the pages in the book. A pen or pencil. We need a ruler. We're going to be using Mod Podge today. You'll need a old plastic bag without any holes, like when you go to the store. You could use hot glue. I'm going to utilize Elmer's glue today, the super glue, super strong formula that's going to hold the rocks on just fine. And you can also use tacky glue if you choose to do that. So let's get started. So our first step is going to be to Mod Podge all of the pages together. What we want to do is open up our book, and we're going to Mod Podge all of these pages and make sure to get the cover when we're trying to cover it with the Mod Podge. And it's all going to dry clear. It just depends. The only difference is whether or not you get a matte or a gloss Mod Podge. Make sure to get inside the cracks and cover all of it. And then what we're going to do is also do the top with a layer about 1.5 inches to 2 inches going in the inside of the page of the book. We move on, and we'll do this all the way around the book. Definitely, again, make sure you attach it to the book because that's what's going to make our planter secure. Don't forget our top. A little messy. And then what I like to do is I like to make sure to do, because we're trying to help make this more watertight, so we're going to do that 1.5 inches in this spine as well. So we've gone all the way around the book. Make sure to get your bottom pages to the cover. Now you're going to let that dry, and then you're going to do at least 3 more coats. So now that our book is dry, we're going to make the rectangle that we're going to use the X-Acto or box cutter to cut our pages out. I like to put my ruler just right in the spine and about 1 inch from the end. Make a line. Put my ruler at the very end of the book on the bottom. Oops. Make a line. And then I'm just going to connect those two with the ruler at the end. So basically you're going to have 1 inch around the entire book. So now we have our rectangle. All these pages are going to need to come out all the way down to the back cover. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So with your X-Acto knife or box cutter, you're going to hold your book and press down as firmly as you possibly can. It's okay if you need to take pauses, because this is going to take some elbow grease. We're going to score our lines . Okay, now I'm going to do right here. So now the pages should just start to pop out. Okay, so these are just cards. So I'm just going to show you also another quick trick on getting the pages out of the book, because we want to take, like I said, we want to take all these pages out all the way to the bottom cover. So I'm going to do my scoring again on the outside, all 4 sides, and try and stay inside of your Mod Podge rectangle now. And at the first, the pages will seem to come out easily. That's great. As you get further down in the book, they're going to be a little bit more difficult. So what I would suggest is, once we have it all scored, run it down the center. And then you're only removing half a page at a time instead of the entire page, and it makes it much easier. Okay, so what you're going to do from this point is you're going to take out all the pages all the way down to the back cover, and then I will show you how to do the next step. I finished taking out all of my pages all the way to the back of the cover, the bottom cover. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that bag and make sure to find, because sometimes there are little holes on the bottom seam. So we want to open up our bag, and we're just going to rest it over the book. We're going to create a bed inside of here for our soil with our succulents, okay? Just want to make sure that our bag is not torn anywhere. Okay, just like that. And then we have all these beautiful succulents to select from. I'm going to go ahead and go with a couple of these. You'll only need about half the dirt. You just judge by the size of the succulent that you have. Go ahead and take a layer of dirt. Beautiful. In the front. And it's okay if you get a little bit, the reason why the bag is over the book, so you don't stain your Mod Podge. It's okay if you get dirt on the bag. That's why we've covered the book as much as possible with the bag. So you're going to be just fine. It's not going to get ruined. Put just a little more dirt. Okay. So this is what we have so far. And I'm just going to go ahead and arrange a couple more succulents. So as you can see, I have replanted a couple of my succulents. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to gently pull the bag back a little bit to try and get some of that dirt back in. And you're actually going to also need a pair of scissors. I did forget to mention that. But what we're going to do, I'm going to start by cutting off a bulk of the bag, just so we can see. This is going to act like your barrier for your soil against your book. So what you're going to do is cut very gently. Just cut that plastic off. Okay. I'm going to go all the way around the book as close to the seam as I can. But I'm going to tuck this small part just a little bit inside, and we'll cover it with these rocks, okay, because we don't want to make the outside board of our book dirty. So I'm going to finish cutting around. So now I'm just going to take this and kind of push the plastic in gently around. then this is where I'm going to utilize my decorative stones over the soil. If you see one that you really like when you're picking it up, just go ahead and put it off to the side because we're going to be gluing a couple on the seam here. That's what the Elmer's glue will be coming in for. So all I'm doing is I'm very gently lifting the leaves on the succulent and pushing the rocks in. Okay. Gently put some up front, push them to the middle. So we don't need to glue all those because obviously they're just going to become part of the planter. And again, make sure that all of that is tucked in, all of that white or whatever color plastic bag as you had. Now over in this corner over here, this is where we can go ahead and be a little decorative because it's going to be harder to stick a rock in there. So this is where we would glue the rock to the seam. All this dries clear. Just be gentle and generous with the glue. Like I said, you can use this, you can use tacky, you can use hot glue. It's whatever you prefer. I found this to hold very well. And we're just gonna, at any point that we don't want to see the book, we're just going to put a rock. So I'm just going to put a couple more in front of there to start. And just brush away any of that dirt because it's not going to stick. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go and embellish a little bit around the seams, and I'll show you the finished planter. So this is our finished beautiful succulent book planter. Just set it down wherever you're going to leave it. The cover will stay open. If you want to decorate this cover, you can by putting a picture or anything you'd like. That's how you repurpose your book into a planter. So then I actually did also, right now fairy is very, very big. You can find fairy stuff everywhere. I did another book where I did the same Mod Podging, same cutting out of the pages, but in the center, instead of the succulents, I put a layer of play sand, and then I covered it with that tacky glue that dries clear, and it has made it solid. And then I just added my little embellishments, and I Mod Podged a little fairy scene behind. So that's just another way that you could repurpose and make a book garden. So I hope you enjoyed my video today for my succulent book planter and just got some ideas on how to repurpose old books. You can join us at volusialibrary.org. You could join us on our Facebook page for Volusia County Library, or you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe where Volusia gets crafty. I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.